All right, strap in, everybody. We're going deep into some seriously weird sci-fi today.
Oh, yeah.
We're talking excerpts from the 7evens, a comic that, well,
it's a wild ride.
It mashes up time travel and space adventures with, get this, historical figures. It's going to be fun.
Definitely. And right off the bat, what grabs you about the Seven is how the story is told, its structure.
Right.
The author actually compares it to like a Celtic knot, all those threads weaving in and out, but it all comes together somehow.
I can see that. Sounds tangled. So where do we even start with a story like this?
Well, we got to meet our main man, Joey Burke.
Joey Burke.
Yeah, young guy, piano player from Darby, Pennsylvania. And he's got this thing about the upcoming solar eclipse. But see, his eclipse plans, they kind of go sideways.
Oh.
Yeah. Runs into some bullies after picking up Chinese food, no less.
No way. Bullies. That's rough.
Yeah, but here's the thing. This is where it gets interesting. This little event, this bullying thing, it's like the kickoff for Joey's crazy adventure, like a domino effect.
Wow. So like the author's saying even small stuff can have huge consequences.
Exactly. You never know what tiny thing might set off a chain reaction. Makes you think, right?
For sure. But all those what if moments we've all had.
Absolutely. So these bullies, they don't just mess with him a little, they really ruck him up bad.
Oh, man.
And then they dump him in the back of a fruit truck.
Oh, no. What happened?
Well, if he wakes up days later, stranded, like 1,000 miles away in Arizona.
Oh, it's no way.
Yeah. Talk about a bad day, huh?
That's an understatement. Poor Joey.
But you know what? Here's where we start to see what Joey's made of.
Okay, what do you mean?
He's stuck far from home, but he doesn't just give up. No way. This guy, he uses his skills. He's a mechanic, see?
Really?
Yeah. Lands himself a job at a gas station, starts saving up for a train ticket back east, determined to get home.
That's pretty impressive. Turning a bad situation into an opportunity.
Resourceful, right? And it's not just about survival for Joey.
What else is there?
He finds ways to cope, starts writing, playing music, even gets into Qigong, Zen koans, all that stuff. Like he's piecing himself back together.
Whoa. That's deep.
Right. So, remember that Celtic knot thing?
Yeah, the tangled story threads.
Exactly. These things Joey's doing, the mechanics, the music, the philosophy stuff, it's all kind of random right now.
Yeah.
But they might be those important threads in the story,
You think so?
I do. I think we got to pay attention to this stuff. It's all going to connect somehow.
Okay, so Joey's working hard, saving up for that ticket home, heads to Flagstaff, ready to hop on a train, and there's a snag. No trains running through Flagstaff anymore. Boom.
That's the author for you. Throwing in these specific details like locations, dates. It's great.
It does make it feel real, doesn't it?
Totally. Makes you wonder, could you actually follow Joey's path?
Yeah. And then all that crazy sci-fi stuff hits even harder, I bet.
For sure. But back to Joey. What's he going to do? No train.
Got to figure something out.
Well, good news. He hears about a possible ride to Houston. Not ideal, but it's something.
Houston, huh? All right.
Yeah. And this detour, it's where we meet someone who brings a whole lot of fun to the story.
Oh.
Uncle Bernie, Joey's uncle. Larger than life kind of guy, full of Irish charm.
Sounds like a character.
Oh, he is. And he takes Joey on this whirlwind bar crawl through Houston. Wild times.
Bar crawl, huh? Not exactly what I'd picture for a story like this.
I know, right? But it's perfect.
Okay, I'm intrigued. How so?
Well, you wouldn't think a bar crawl with Uncle Bernie is a place for personal growth, but it is. Joey learns some stuff.
What kind of stuff?
About balance, finding peace in chaos. Uncle Bernie's got a unique perspective on things.
Makes sense. So they're bonding, having a good time, and then...
Bam. A massive flood hits Houston.
Oh, seriously?
Yep. Washes Joey's car right off the road, sends him adrift in a sea of debris. Talk about a turn of events.
That's insane. What happens to Joey?
Now, this is where we see that resourcefulness again.
Okay, how so?
He builds a raft out of 7 doors.
7 doors. Where do you even find those?
Floating in the wreckage. The guy's a genius.
That's wild. But wait, didn't you say something about a turtle earlier?
Oh, right. Yeah, so Joey meets this turtle, names him Turdy, and guess what? Turdy joins him on the raft.
No way. That's adorable.
It is, isn't it? And then there's this seagull. Starts bringing Joey food.
Hold on. A seagull brings him food. Like, on purpose.
Yeah. It's a crazy image, right? A guy on a raft made of doors with a turtle and a helpful seagull.
That's the 7 issues for you, I guess. Weird, but kind of heartwarming.
Definitely. But I gotta wonder, are these little details, the turtle, the seagull, are they just random?
What do you think?
Maybe, maybe not. I mean, think about it. The turtle, it's all about resilience, right? Just keeping on no matter what. Sounds familiar?
Like Joey.
Exactly. And the seagull, scavenging for food, bringing it to Joey, could it be a sign of unexpected kindness, even in chaos?
Wow. You're making me think there's layers to this story.
Oh, there are, for sure. I think the authors hide in some deeper meanings in plain sight.
That makes it even more interesting. Okay, so we've got Joey adrift at sea with his turtle buddy and a seagull bringing him snacks. What could possibly happen next? This is the 7evens, so I'm guessing it's not a relaxing cruise to shore.
You guessed right. It's about to get a whole lot weirder, but we'll have to save that for the next part of our deep dive.
Stay tuned, folks. Things are about to get seriously out there. Okay, so last we left our hero, he was chilling on a raft made of doors with a turtle and a seagull bringing him sandwiches. You gotta wonder, where could this possibly go?
Right. Well, it turns out Joey's little sea voyage doesn't last forever.
Okay.
He gets spotted by an aircraft carrier, no less, the USS Abraham Lincoln. They bring him aboard. Talk about a rescue.
Wow, that's out of nowhere. I guess that's where the sci-fi stuff kicks in, right?
Got it. And it starts with this, simple request. They're looking for a volunteer.
A volunteer. Volunteer for what? I mean, the guy's been through enough already.
Right. I'd be asking the same thing. But they don't exactly say what it's for.
Sounds kind of suspicious to me.
Oh, it is. Turns out they're recruiting him into the Air Force. And they're going to train him for space travel fast.
Space travel. This is getting wild.
Oh, it gets wilder. His instructor. Space chimp?
Space chimp? You're kidding, right?
Nope. Space chimp? Exactly what it sounds like. Super smart chimp. Communicates with sign language.
I'm not even going to ask how that happened. Okay, so what's this space chimp teaching Joey?
He's getting him ready for a mission to the Mir space station.
Wait a minute, the Mir? That wasn't around in '84, was it?
Good catch. You're right, the Mir launched way later. Late 80s.
So what's going on?
The author's messing with us on purpose. It's an anachronism, like a little hint that time isn't exactly straightforward in this story.
Okay, time travel's officially in play. So what's Joey's reaction to all this? Is he freaking out?
You'd think so, right? But nope. After the initial shock wears off, he jumps right in, starts training like crazy.
With a chimp. In space.
Duh.
That's the 7evens for you.
And you know what? Joey actually does pretty well. He's got a knack for it. Space Chimp gets him up to speed on all the technical stuff.
Like how to actually fly a spaceship and all that.
Yep, and the tricky part, docking with the Mir.
I can barely parallel park. That sounds intense.
It is, for sure. All those delicate maneuvers. But Joey nails it. Docks with the Mir, steps inside, ready for whatever's next.
Oh, what is next?
Well, let's just say it's not what he expected.
Okay, lay it on me.
Inside the Mir, he finds this whole secret city. Huge.
A city in space.
And it's full of aliens.
Aliens, I knew it. So they've just been hanging out on the Mir this whole time.
Not quite the Mir. Turns out they've been living on the dark side of the moon for ages.
No way. The story keeps getting crazier.
I know, right? And then Joey meets these two aliens, Bodos and George, face to face.
Okay, what are they like? Friendly? Scary?
It's kind of hard to describe. They're different, but they've got a plan for Joey.
A plan? Let me guess. It involves time travel.
Bingo! They're sending him back in time to 1864.
Wow. Why 1864, though? What's so special about that year?
They're not exactly clear about that. Talk about cosmic forces, maintain imbalance in the timeline. But the details, they're keeping those to themselves.
So it's a mystery.
For now, yeah.
Yeah.
And remember, we're only getting bits and pieces of the story here, so we're jumping ahead.
Okay, right, excerpts. So we don't see what happens to Joey in 1864 right away.
Not all of it, just hints. Like he mentions sending a letter to his lawyer, feels a sense of deja vu, says something about time feeling different.
Ooh, that's intriguing. So the author's keeping us in suspense.
Definitely. And then, bam, the story takes us to Washington, D.C., the night Lincoln gets assassinated.
No way. Jody's there. Is he going to see it happen?
More than that, he's there to stop it, along with this new character, Marco.
Stop the assassination. How?
Turns out there's a cyborg assassin sent from the future, and Joey and Marco, they got to take him down. It's intense.
A cyborg assassin. Okay, this is officially bonkers.
Right. The author's throwing everything in here. History, sci-fi, conspiracies. Keeps you guessing the whole time.
So do they save Lincoln?
They do. They manage to stop the assassin, protect Lincoln. It's a close call, though.
Ooh. Go Joey. Okay, so what happens then? Does Joey stay in the past?
This is where it gets even trippier. See, Marco, he goes back to his own time. 1983.
Okay.
But Joey, he's heading back to 1984.
Right.
But just as he's about to go through this time door, another one opens up behind him.
Another time door. Who's that?
It's the cyborg assassin, back for revenge. He shoots at Joey.
Oh, no.
But he misses. The shot hits someone else as they're falling through this whole cascade of time doors.
That's crazy. So does Joey make it back to his time? And who did the assassin hit?
Well, we know Joey survives. Remember at the beginning, he's talking about getting a medal, ordering Chinese food again.
Right. Full circle. But who got shot instead?
That's a big question, isn't it? We'll have to wait for the final part of our deep dive to find out.
Welcome back to the 7evens. We left off on quite a cliffhanger.
Yeah, the cyborg shot, those echoing time doors.
Intense stuff. We know Joey makes it back to 84.
Yeah.
But that shot.
Right. Big question mark, right. Who got hit?
And the consequences? Messing with time like that?
It makes you think, you know? Change in the past. Maybe it's not just one event. Maybe it's like a ripple effect.
Whoa. Unintended consequences everywhere.
Exactly.
Could be a mess.
And speaking of messy, those aliens, Boudos and George, I still don't get their whole deal.
They're a puzzle, that's for sure.
They put Joey through a lot for this mission. What was it all for?
Well, they did say they'd been watching him for years.
Right. Notice his dreams?
Yeah, the ones that kind of predicted stuff.
Like glimpses of the future?
Maybe. They saw something in Joey. Something special.
So they weren't just looking for any time traveler.
Nope. They needed someone specific.
Someone resourceful.
Resilient. Like Joey.
Right. And maybe someone who could, I don't know, sense time.
Possibly. They figured Joey could handle anything.
Overcome challenges. Change history.
According to their plan, anyway. Yeah, their plan. Lots of talk about cosmic forces, balance, but no real specifics.
That's the author for you. Gives us just enough to make us curious.
But leaves us hanging.
Right. Are these aliens good guys watching over us? Or are they using us? Who knows?
And then there's Joey's dreams. More than just dreams, right?
Seems like it. Mirroring reality. Like premonitions.
Makes you wonder about time itself.
Yeah, is it a straight line? Or is it all jumbled up past, present, future?
Maybe our dreams are showing us different timelines.
Could be. Makes your head spin, doesn't it?
Totally. But even with all the crazy stuff in the 7evens, there's a bigger message, right?
Absolutely. It's about what humans can do. Joey, he's thrown into these insane situations.
But he never gives up.
Right. He learns, adapts, saves Lincoln's life even.
Talk about a hero. It shows like our potential, resilience, resourcefulness.
But maybe a little bit of luck too.
Always helps. It makes you think maybe there's more to us than we realize.
Maybe there are these forces guiding us, you know, to some kind of destiny.
And we only see hints of it in our dreams.
Wow. So as we finish up our deep dive into the 7evens, we got to ask you.
If you were thrown into a different time, what would you do?
What skills would you use? What strengths would you discover?
And what pieces of your own life would you find woven into history?
Keep thinking about the 7evens, see what other connections you find. It's a wild ride.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. Until next time.